Beneath the holy city of Alamut stands a glass spire of sand that holds back the end of the world, kept by a dagger that reverses time. In a market in Nasaf, an orphan named Dastan risks his life to pull a friend from the grip of the king's guards. King Shahraman, moved by the boy's courage, adopts Dastan into the royal family, a prince carrying no royal blood. Years later, the Persian army halts before Alamut under Prince Tus, alongside his brothers Garsiv and Dastan and his uncle Nizam. A spy claims Alamut forges weapons for Persia's enemies. Ignoring his father's standing order, Tus commands the city be stormed at dawn. Tus tells Dastan he is not ready for this and gives the lead assault to Garsiv's cavalry. Within the walls, Princess Tamina withdraws to the High Temple. Alamut has not been breached in 1,000 years. Dastan disobeys, guiding his street fighters to a quiet side gate while Garsiv pounds the main wall. He climbs the guard towers and throws the eastern gate wide. The Persians pour through, and Alamut falls. Tamina hands a hidden relic to a servant with a single order. Above all else, it must be kept safe. Garsiv seizes Tamina. She swears the city holds no forges and no hidden weapons. When Tus moves to execute her, Dastan intervenes, and Tamina wins a promise that her people be shown mercy. Soldiers hail Dastan the Lion of Persia. As tribute to Tus, he offers a jeweled dagger taken in the battle. In private, Tus orders Dastan to present Tamina to the king and to kill her himself if the marriage is denied. King Shahraman tells Dastan that a good man acts boldly, but a great man stops a wrong before it begins. Overruling Tus, the king gives Tamina to Dastan as his first wife. At the victory feast, the king puts on the prayer robe Dastan gave him and collapses. The robe is poisoned. The court names Dastan his father's murderer. Tamina drags him into a passage and they flee Alamut together. Nizam proclaims Dastan a father-killer to the empire and doubles the bounty on his head. Tamina fails to kill Dastan, then snatches the dagger and presses the jewel set in its hilt. Time wins backward a full minute, and only the hand holding the dagger recalls what just happened. Tamina reveals the invasion was never about weapons. Tus wanted this dagger and the power to undo any moment he chose. Dastan rides for his father's funeral at Avrat, certain his uncle Nizam will believe him and clear his name. The road runs through the lawless valley of the slaves. His father's blood is on his hands and he means to answer for it. Dastan admits the truth to Tamina, a boy from the slums with nothing, until the king takes him in and gives him a family. In the valley they are captured by Sheikh Amar, a smuggler, and Seso, his deadly Ngabaka knife-thrower. Tamina reveals her collapse was an act, part of a deal she struck to trade herself for the dagger. She confesses she is the dagger's guardian, and the blade is sacred, placed in her keeping by the gods. Amar recognizes the hunted prince and moves to sell him to the nearest Persian outpost. Dastan grabs the dagger back and fights his way out through the tunnels beneath Amar's ostrich track. They reach Avrat, encircled by thousands of Persian soldiers gathered to bury the king. Tamina slips Dastan through the gate, hidden among a party of visiting Mughal nobles. Dastan finds Nizam and lays it out. The war was a lie, and Tus stays in Alamut digging for the sand that feeds the dagger. Reaching for the dagger as proof, Dastan finds it gone from his belt, then sees the burns across Nizam's hands. His father never touched that robe. Nizam poisoned it himself, and the uncle Dastan trusted is the traitor. Dastan bolts, hunted through the streets of Avrat as a murderer once more. Garsiv corners him, and the brothers cross swords in earnest. Nizam tells Tus that Dastan came to kill him, and is scheming to take the throne. Tus rejects his uncle's push for a quiet killing and orders that Dastan face a public trial. Nizam summons the Hassansins, secret assassins who hunt their prey through trances full of death. Dastan and Tamina meet again in the desert. He is certain now that Nizam killed Shahraman. Tamina tells the legend, the gods send a storm to erase mankind until a girl offers her own life to stop it. Drive the dagger into the sandglass while holding the jewel, and time flows backward without end. Nizam means to rewind to a boyhood hunt and let young Shahraman die, ruling for a lifetime while the princes are never born. But breaking the dagger open inside the glass shatters it, freeing the storm to destroy the entire world. Dastan keeps the dagger and rides with Tamina to seal it away inside the secret guardian temple. Hassansins ambush them with vipers in the dunes. Dastan instinctively spends the sand, rewinds, and kills the snakes first. Shahraman disbanded the Hassansins years ago. Nizam keeps them alive in secret. At the sanctuary, they find the guardians tortured and dead. Nizam already knows this hidden place. The only way to end it is to force the dagger back into its stone, and the gods will claim the guardian's life in payment. Garsiv arrives, sees the Hassansins' victims, and at last believes his brother. The assassins attack. Garsiv is struck down, telling Dastan to save the empire. Tamina insists only a guardian can return the dagger, and then the spiked Hassansin drags her off with it. Garsiv dies in Dastan's arms. The dagger is gone. Dastan turns for Alamut, where Nizam's men are tunneling straight down toward the sandglass. Sesso and Amar slip into the palace, and Sesso takes on the spiked Hassansin to win back the dagger. Sesso kills the assassin and takes the dagger, dying as he passes it on toward Dastan. Dastan confronts Tus, now ruler of Alamut, who refuses to hear that Nizam is the true enemy. Dastan lets Tus run him through, and Tus presses the jewel, watching his brother die and return to life. Tus finally believes, remembering their father's counsel to always listen to his own heart. Nizam appears and kills Tus, taking the dagger for himself. Dastan and Tamina race through the Guardian's hidden passages to reach the sandglass chamber before Nizam. Dastan faces Nizam, who spits that Shahraman was his lifelong curse and that Dastan belongs in the gutter. Nizam plunges the dagger into the sandglass. The glass cracks and the sands of time begin to break loose. Hanging over the collapsing chamber, Tamina tells Dastan the destiny is his now, and lets go, falling to her death. Dastan wrenches the dagger free and presses the jewel. Time roars backward, all the way to Avrat before the war. Standing in the war council with the dagger in hand, Dastan halts the army and declares the holy war a lie. He proves it to Tus with words only their father spoke to him in private, and names Nizam the traitor before everyone. Nizam corners Dastan alone. They fight, and Dastan kills him, and every death Nizam caused is undone. Dastan returns the dagger to Tamina and offers marriage to bind their peoples. Strangers once more, they walk together, beginning again.